On May 23rd at 11:11 p.m., the angels are coming with a final message. Your neighbor isn't who you think. What they found will change everything. Open now. On May 23rd, precisely at 11:11 p.m., the veil between the realms shall thin, and what was hidden shall begin to rise. This is not just a date. This is not just a time. This is a divine appointment. A time step placed upon your spirit before you ever entered this life. For at that hour, a crack will appear in the heavens, and through it, the final descent of the angels shall take place. Their wings carry the weight of a message forged in the fires of prophecy and sealed with celestial urgency. This is not a casual call. This is not an invitation for all. This is an activation only for the chosen. You are being called into awareness, into alertness, into alignment. The spiritual signal that shall be released is only perceivable by those marked with divine intuition, those who have been watching, waiting, and walking carefully among shadows. For in your waiting, heaven has been moving. And now, what the angels have discovered, what has been held in silence until now, is about to be delivered to you with power, and it will change everything. There is someone close to you, physically near, emotionally familiar, yet spiritually unaligned. Their face is known, but their truth is not. They have operated in plain sight, but their motives have been veiled. The angels have been watching. The angels have been recording. And now, the angels are descending, not to warn you, but to reveal to you. You are instructed to stay still. You are commanded to stay silent. You are summoned to stay alert. For what is approaching is not chaos, but clarity. The divine is performing surveillance, and your obedience is the key that activates your covering. This is not paranoia. This is prophecy. Heaven has initiated a holy lockdown, not to restrict you, but to preserve you. Do not second-guess what you sense. Do not silence your discernment. May 23rd at 11:11 p.m. is not just a spiritual checkpoint. It is the hour of unveiling. And you, beloved, are being positioned to receive divine intelligence that will reframe what you thought you knew about who surrounds you. Type "I am ready" in the comments if your spirit bears witness. Blessing code 2323 is now releasing clarity. Archangel Michael speaks now, not from a place afar, but from the realm just behind the veil, standing between what is seen and what is yet to be revealed. At this hour, he interrupts the rhythm of your thoughts, piercing through the noise of daily life with a whisper charged in thunder. Listen, for the final signal descends within the next 12 hours. This is no mere coincidence. This is divine intel from the courts of heaven. And you, yes, you, have been selected to receive it. Not because of your perfection, but because of your positioning. Not because of your efforts, but because of your endurance. Your name has been called. Your spirit has been scanned. And heaven has issued the command. Release the final message to the marked one. Even now, the atmosphere begins to shift. The temperature of your soul recognizes the voice. The pulse in your spirit rises as the words fall like fire. Don't speak. Just listen. You are not here by accident. You didn't stumble upon this word. You were summoned. The angels are not preparing to come. They are already near. Their wings brush the edges of your discernment, and if you still yourself, you'll feel the divine proximity moving around you now. This is a prophetic disruption. Heaven has chosen to interrupt your pattern, your perception, your presumption, because what you thought was secure has a crack. What you assume was harmless has a hidden hook. Someone near you is not who they portray themselves to be. And the moment of revelation approaches. This moment, this very minute, begins the countdown to 11:11 p.m. on May 23rd. And between now and then, decisions will be made in the spirit. Assignments will be sealed. Your next step will either align you with divine timing or detach you from it. That is why Archangel Michael urges, stay silent, stay still, stay spiritually aware. You may feel the need to explain yourself. Don't. You may want to confront someone who's been acting strangely. Don't. You may feel drawn to expose a lie you sensed. Resist. Heaven says, this is not your war to fight out loud. This is surveillance. And your silence is sacred. This isn't merely about exposure. This is about elevation. The next 12 hours are the spiritual tipping point, and your response in this window will either activate your covering or compromise your clarity. There is no neutral ground. Hear the trumpet of divine mystery. What is happening around you is being orchestrated from realms higher than your understanding. Your instructions are encoded in your spirit. The signs have already begun, through dreams, glances, stilled conversations, chills that came from nowhere. They were all signals. You are not losing your mind. You are entering divine synchronization. The one you suspected carries a different spirit, and heaven is about to uncover it. But not to harm you, to prepare you. Because what is being revealed will not only change how you see them, it will change how you see yourself. You are no longer the bystander. You are the receiver of celestial orders. Be still, for the heavens speak your name tonight. Tap I receive this in the comments if your heart feels the call. Blessing code 4411 has been released over your timeline. You felt it. The glances. The tension. The unexplainable discomfort when they entered the room. A presence next to you that felt familiar but somehow foreign. You convinced yourself it was nothing. You chalked it up to stress. You blamed your own sensitivity. But heaven didn't overlook what you felt. Heaven recorded every disturbance. And now, the angels are unveiling what has been silently stalking your peace. You are not crazy. You are not paranoid. You are perceptive. The spirit within you has been picking up what your mind was trained to dismiss. The neighbor, the friend, the coworker, someone positioned closely has been hiding something beneath the surface. They were their smiles too perfect, and their energy. It carried a fracture. It's not who they claimed to be. It's not what they presented. They have a form of friendship, a mask of loyalty, but their spirit speaks something darker. This isn't about being suspicious. This is about being spiritually aware. You didn't know how to bring it up. You couldn't put it into words. You'd look at them and feel something shift, something in your gut that screamed, be careful. Now you know why. Because the angels have found what you couldn't name. They have seen the secret texts. They have heard the midnight murmurs. They've recorded the intention behind their words, not just the words themselves. And as they descend, they carry with them a spiritual dossier, a divine file, detailing every deception, every hidden plan, every unspoken bitterness that's been aimed at you. What makes it harder is the closeness. This isn't a stranger. This isn't a far-off enemy. This is someone with access. Someone who learned your patterns. Someone who studied your light but couldn't handle your rising. The reason you've been uneasy isn't because you're fragile. It's because your discernment is alive. Heaven says, you dismissed the signs, but I didn't. You explained away the tension, but I recorded it. You cried in confusion, but I sent angels to guard your tears. This is emotional disruption, but it's holy. Because until now, You felt like you were imagining things. But now, heaven confirms, you were sensing truth. The neighbor, and yes, this may be literal or symbolic, isn't who you thought. The person in proximity may not be your physical neighbor. It may be someone in emotional or spiritual closes. Their assignment was access, but your elevation disrupted their comfort. The angels are now exposing what was covered, and it will make sense, all of it. Why they shifted, why they pulled away, why they smiled at your wins but never celebrated, why your light became a mirror to their hidden shadows. The mystery is unraveling. The veil is tearing. The angels are near. Your job is not to retaliate, it's to realize. Because when the truth emerges, your spirit will not be shaken. It will be activated. If this message resonates with you and you feel moved to support, consider giving a super thanks with contributions of up to $20. Your kindness helps us bring more powerful content your way. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating through the support here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. Type I am chosen in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 999 is now surrounding you. This is not merely betrayal. This is not just disappointment. This is not just a human misunderstanding. No, beloved, this is spiritual infiltration. What stands before you is not simply a clash of personalities. This is warfare disguised in the fabric of familiarity. The person you thought you knew, the one whose footsteps echoed alongside yours, whose voice once comforted, now carries a different frequency. It is not what they say. It is not what they do. It is what they carry that disturbs the peace of your soul. Archangel Michael declares, this is a strategic assignment from the enemy, not to destroy you with fire, but to lull you to sleep with closeness. The enemy knows that to sabotage a chosen vessel, he does not always come in the form of disaster. Oh, sometimes he comes in the form of comfort, in the form of a friend, in the form of a smile, in the form of someone too close to question. You were not placed next to this person to become like them. You were placed there to discern them. God does not expose you to darkness for your defeat. He allows you to feel it, to sense it, so your spirit may learn to discern not just what looks good, but what is anointed. This neighbor, this one you've trusted, was a test of sight. The shift in their behavior, the erosion of authenticity, the subtle jabs, the half-hearted support, these were not glitches. These were signs. And while you doubted yourself, heaven never did. Heaven knew that you were being taught the art of silent warfare. Because the most powerful battles are not fought with fists, they are fought with restraint. The angels have been documenting every vibration, every motive, every transaction of the heart. And now, the spiritual framing is being brought into the light. Do not confuse exposure with drama. This is not about spectacle. This is about alignment. What you carry is heavy. Your calling is weighty. And those who come near you are weighed in the balance. If their motives don't match your mission, they are removed, not as punishment to them, but as preservation for you. This neighbor, this familiar presence, once walked with you, but the spirit they now serve is foreign to your future. It doesn't mean they were always false. It means they've become spiritually incompatible. And when that shift happened, heaven took note. You may ask, why didn't I see this sooner? Because sometimes the lesson is learned through the ache of betrayal. Sometimes clarity arrives only after confusion has humbled you. And now, your spiritual eyes are being sharpened. You are being upgraded in discernment, not to become suspicious of all, but to become aware of the spiritual tension that hides behind casual connection. This conflict is not for the physical realm. This battle is spiritual. Your words may never confess it, but their spirit already has. And now, you are being called to step out of emotional entanglement and into spiritual authority. You are not here to react. You are here to rise. Let go of needing proof. Let go of the urge to gather evidence. Heaven has already compiled the record, and Archangel Michael speaks clearly. What you discerned was real. And now, your protection is being realigned accordingly. This isn't about blame. It's about clarity. It's about understanding that you were never being attacked by them. You were being tested through them. Type "I am anointed" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 1516 is now activated. Archangel Michael now issues a sacred warning. A confrontation brews, and the timing is divine. What has been whispered in secret is on the edge of being shouted by circumstance. Within 72 hours, something long hidden will be forced into the open, and you will not have to search for it. It will find you. A text message will slip. A voice note will be left unfinished. A conversation will be overheard. A detail will drop like fire into your awareness. You will not be confused. You will be confirmed. Because what they plotted in silence is now echoing through spiritual corridors. Heaven has allowed it to rise so that you can no longer deny what's always been. You may already feel the pressure building. The atmosphere feels heavier. You've been restless. You've been sensing shifts, even in your sleep. It's not anxiety, it's activation. The realm of the spirit is pressing in. The pressure you feel is not punishment. It is prophetic preparation. The spirit says, "You not be shocked by what surfaces." You already knew. You already felt it. Your soul has been warning you. Now, your reality is catching up. They tried to play a role, but their energy betrayed them. And soon, so will their actions. This is not a call to panic. This is not fear. This is a sacred forewarning, not to break you, but to brace you. You are not stepping into chaos. You are stepping into clarity. When the moment arrives, and it will, you must remember your orders. Do not respond immediately. Do not engage emotionally. Do not reveal what you know prematurely. Heaven says, your stillness will be your strength. Your silence will be your sword. Within the next 3 days, spiritual justice will begin to manifest. That which was said behind your back will be brought to your feet. That which was kept from you will now be made unavoidable. But it will not catch you unaware, because the Spirit of God has already sounded the alarm. Heaven has witnessed every detail. Not one conversation, not one intention, not one manipulation escaped the surveillance of the angels. And now, the heavens are shifting into motion. You are about to witness exposure not for entertainment, but for elevation. Let the shock come. Let the mask fall. You are ready. You were built for this moment. This is your final alert. You are not under threat. You are under divine protection. So as the confrontation surfaces, you will not crumble. You will rise. You will watch heaven respond in ways that only heaven can. Because when heaven moves, it doesn't ask for permission. It executes destiny. Type "I am ready for truth" in the comments if you receive this warning. Blessing code 7272 is now covering you. Heaven speaks now with clear instructions. As the angels descend and the truth begins to surface, you are being given orders from the throne. Withdraw. Don't confront. Just observe. This is not a time for chaos. This is not a time for argument. This is a time for sacred positioning. Your silence is not weakness. It is warfare. You are being wrapped in divine concealment. You are being protected, not by distance, but by discernment. What looks like retreat is actually your elevation into stealth intercession. Heaven is not asking you to hide out of fear. Heaven is calling you to stand still out of strategy. Archangel Michael declares, when heaven moves, the wise listen. When angels encircle, the anointed remain still. You've been taught to react. You've been trained by life to defend, to fight, to prove. But now, God is teaching you to win in silence. Stillness is your covering. Restraint is your strength. You do not need to raise your voice. The heavens have already lifted your case. You do not need to announce what you know. Heaven is your herald. The angels are your messengers. They will speak louder than any confrontation ever could. Here is your instruction. Pray at dawn. Before the sun rises, lift your voice only to heaven. Before your feet touch the floor, declare, I am shielded. I am centered. I am surrendered. Light a candle in the quiet of morning. Let its flame be a symbol of the fire you carry, the presence that surrounds you, and the guidance that now governs you. Say nothing to the person in question. Do not change your behavior in haste. Do not warn them. Do not block them. Do not expose them. Watch. Wait. And stay aligned. Because what the angels are doing in this hour is surgical. They are extracting what does not belong, and you are not to interfere with divine precision. They are encircling your home. They are walking through your walls. They are guarding your atmosphere. And if you listen, truly listen, you will feel the nudges, the impulses, the whispers in your spirit directing every step. Do not override that voice. Do not explain away that nudge. Obedience now is everything. The temptation will rise to act out of emotion. You will want to vent, to call a friend, to cry out loud. But you must remember, you are chosen. You are anointed. You are covered. This means you fight differently. You war in the spirit, not with your mouth. Spiritual strength is found in stillness. Heaven watches how you wait. Not how you speak, not how you shout, but how you stand still in the fire. This is your training ground. This is your test of maturity. This is where God proves to you just how undefeated you truly are. You've already won. Now walk like it. Your victory is in restraint. Your clarity is in silence. Your next instruction will come when the angels have completed their sweep. Until then, remain under the covering. Do not move until God says move. Do not speak until heaven releases your time. Say these words aloud. I am covered. I am chosen. I am calm. Let them become the echo in your atmosphere, the vibration in your spirit, the mantra of your mind. Heaven is not shaken, and neither should you be. This is not just spiritual advice. This is a divine command. Type I am covered in light in the comments if you are ready to follow divine instructions. Blessing code 8118 is now protecting you. And now, the turning begins. You are not reacting. You are rising. You are not breaking. You are becoming. This moment, this unveiling, this pressure, this stillness was never sent to destroy you. It was sent to ignite you. What once hurt you is now behind you. What once confused you has now clarified you. You are not who you were yesterday. You are transformed. Heaven whispers, the fire didn't burn you, It built you. That misunderstanding refined you. That betrayal recalibrated you. That silence taught you how to hear your own voice amidst the noise. And now, you stand on the edge of empowerment, not because you've gained something, but because you've outgrown everything that was limiting your reach. They misread you. They misunderstood you. They thought your softness was weakness. They thought your silence was submission. But heaven knew the truth. You were never weak, you were wise. You were storing energy. You were watching. You were evolving. You are rising with wings now, not to flee, but to soar above what no longer resonates with your purpose. Your discernment has deepened. Your insight has sharpened. Your identity has solidified. You are now what they never expected, whole. The false presence near you was a mirror. It revealed your growth. It showed you who no longer fits the frequency of your future. And instead of clinging, you've chosen clarity. Instead of fighting for proximity, you fought for peace. Archangel Michael proclaims, the fire didn't consume you. It baptized you into clarity. And from that clarity, you are becoming unstoppable. You are stepping out of confusion. You are stepping into certainty. You are no longer fragmented. You are focused. Your discernment is your elevation. Your emotional intelligence is now a spiritual weapon. Your calm presence is a sign of your authority. You do not need revenge. You do not need validation. You do not need an apology. You have evolution. You have seen the truth. You have aligned with heaven. And now, your rise cannot be negotiated. Visualize this. Wings forming behind you, not of flesh but of light. Your feet planted, not in fear but in divine knowing. Your spirit roaring, not for battle, but for breakthrough. You are not intimidated. You are illuminated. And your power has been sealed. This is what they never saw coming. This is what the enemy could not predict. You are walking into rooms with eyes wide open. You are stepping into your next with divine backing. You are empowered, not because of what you have, but because of who you've become. This is your time. This is your emergence. This is your heaven-backed rise. If this word is elevating you, consider showing your support with a super thanks. Every $10 gift helps us keep sharing divine insight that transforms lives. Thank you for walking this journey with us. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating through the support here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. Type I am rising in the comments if your spirit is stepping into alignment. Blessing code 1717 is igniting your elevation now. The angels have come not only to expose, but to elevate. What has been hidden is now revealed, not to stir fear, but to unlock freedom. And here is the revelation. The neighbor's exposure was necessary. The unveiling was not an interruption. It was an initiation. Heaven needed to remove the mask so that your mantle could rise. You've outgrown the space around you. Spiritually, emotionally, energetically. You've been shrinking to stay familiar. You've been silent to maintain peace. You've tolerated less to avoid loss. But God is no longer allowing you to remain under false coverings. The time has come for release, and with it, the divine revealing. Everything that felt like betrayal was actually a bridge. What they did in secret, it broke the illusion. It cleared the fog and positioned you for a higher call. Archangel Michael speaks now with unshakable clarity. You were never being abandoned. You were being advanced. And now, the gates swing open. The false connections were acting like spiritual locks. They held back your momentum. They dimmed your awareness. They muted your voice. But now, beloved, the severing has activated a holy surge. Your spirit is no longer held down by emotional compromise. Your discernment no longer negotiates with dysfunction. The severance was divine surgery. You've been in training for this hour. You thought it with punishment. You thought you were forgotten. You thought the silence was a sign of failure. But heaven was forming you. Heaven was whispering strategies. Heaven was carving strength into your soul. And now, that preparation is meeting its moment. This is the revealing of you. Not the version of you that tolerated false peace. Not the version of you that walked on eggshells. Not the version of you that remained quiet to keep connection. This is the risen version. The refined version. The one who has nothing left to prove, only everything left to become. The heavens now declare a time stamp. By midnight, a door will open. Not metaphorical, not poetic, literal and prophetic. A divine alignment, a sudden shift, a clarity call will strike. And when it does, you will know, this is it. Do not delay. The enemy sought to trap you in overthinking, in second-guessing, in comfort. But heaven has initiated a release. The door is opening. The path is revealing. The name on heaven's registry, yours, had been illuminated. It is time to walk forward without apology. Let this be the hour you say, I was not abandoned. I was being reintroduced. You were never average. You were never forgotten. You were being hidden for the right moment. The prophetic wind is blowing. Feel it. It's not just chills, it's confirmation. You are ready. Type I receive the revealing in the comments if this word is yours. Blessing code 2220 is opening divine doors now. Now comes the moment where your spirit must respond. Now comes the moment where you speak with your life. The angels have revealed. The veil has torn. The mask has fallen. And now the heavens ask only one thing from you. Respond with a resounding yes. Say it now. I am ready. This declaration is more than words. It is a spiritual agreement. It is your signature on the scroll of destiny. You have survived enough. You have observed enough. You have endured enough. The season of waiting is shifting into a season of willingness. You are no longer being hidden. You are being highlighted. You are no longer wandering. You are being positioned. The decisions you make today will create a ripple across realms. Your alignment now brings acceleration later. Wise in spirit. Stretch your vision. Fix your eyes forward. The silence you held was not in vain. Your restraint was obedience. And now that obedience is unlocking destiny's gate. The scroll is unrolling. The path is becoming visible. The instructions are being whispered. Declare boldly, I break ties with false spirits and familiar lies. This is your moment of severance and sending. The lies that kept you small, cut. The shame that held you silent, shattered. The relationships that compromised your power, dismissed. The angels await your move. They cannot do what heaven assigned for you to say. Destiny does not beg, it beckons. It does not plead, it positions. And now, it positions you. What action will you take? Will you write what you've been afraid to share? Will you clean your space and welcome clarity? Will you pack your spirit and get ready to move? Will you finally say yes, not just with your voice but with your vibration? Heaven is not asking for perfection. Heaven is asking for participation. This is your hour to rise, not because of what you see, but because of what you sense. The shift is happening. The gates are opening. The favor is falling. And all that is required now is your movement. Say yes. Walk forward. Break through. Become. No more waiting for approval. No more apologizing for growth. No more shrieking to fit where you no longer belong. You've seen enough. Now it's time to become. If this message confirms your rising, consider contributing with a super thanks. Every $50 gift fuels more content to bless more lives like yours. Thank you for partnering with us. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating through the support here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. Type I am activated in the comments if this message is shifting you. Blessing code 3033 is awakening your assignment now. While your lips have been sealed and your hands restrained, heaven has not been quiet. While you've walked in silence, feeling overlooked and misunderstood, the Spirit has been moving, orchestrating, exchanging, restoring. What they thought was stillness on your part was actually the activation of the unseen realm on your behalf. Let this truth echo through your bones. Heaven has been in motion. Archangel Michael now reveals what the silence has truly meant. It wasn't passivity, it was power. In the stillness, divine meetings were called. Ancestral guardians assembled. Angelic scribes opened scrolls. Messengers flew between dimensions. Contracts were reviewed. Promises were reactivated. And heaven remembered every tear, every fast, every prayer you released in secret. Yes, your silence became a signal. While others moved with noise, you moved with alignment. And in the spirit realm, your restraint created an exchange. Where you lost connection, you gained covering. Where you lost applause, you gained authority. Where you lost companionship, you gained heavenly strategy. This is what they didn't see. This is what the enemy didn't expect. While they tried to sabotage your name, angels were building your future. While they whispered behind closed doors, the Spirit was speaking your name in divine councils. Your tears baptized the altars of heaven, and in those sacred places, your next was being signed. Do not let the quiet fool you. You were not forgotten, you were focused. You were not abandoned, you were being aligned. The Spirit moved for you while you slept. When you lay in bed, overthinking and trying to hold it together, the realm of God surrounded your room. Angels stood watch. The Spirit whispered secrets into your spirit, secrets that you couldn't articulate but could feel. A gut feeling, that spiritual knowing, that sudden urge to pull back, to step away. That was the whisper of the silent exchange. You didn't imagine it. You discerned it. Because even when you were confused, your spirit stayed connected. Even when you were doubting, your discernment kept recording. That's why you felt what you couldn't explain. That's why you were suddenly uncomfortable in places that once felt like home. Because your spirit had already moved on. Heaven went ahead of you. They sealed doors you didn't even know needed to close. They blocked attacks before they reached you. They rewired your timeline while you simply kept breathing. The version of you that others see now is stronger, quieter, wiser, not because you chose revenge, but because you chose alignment. Now you know the truth. While you were quiet, the Spirit roared. While you were still, angels warred. While you were grieving, heaven was gathering what was stolen. And now it returns. What they tried to take will return multiplied. What was whispered in shadows will be shouted in light. and what was delayed will now be divinely accelerated. You did miss anything. You gained everything. Type "I receive the divine exchange" in the comments if this resonates with your soul. Blessing code 4646 is now writing your spiritual records. Now comes the moment of divine balance. The scales that have long appeared tilted are shifting. The hand of justice is moving. The Spirit speaks. Enough has been recorded. Now comes the reversal. For too long, the masked one, the neighbor, the familiar presence, the smiling deceiver, moved without consequence. For too long, their words carried weight that distorted your reputation, silenced your truth, and created confusion. But heaven never loses receipts. And now, what they said in secret will return to them exposed. There is no need for retaliation. You need not plot a thing. The reversal will not be by your hand. It will be by the hand of the righteous judge. Divine justice does not act out of anger. It acts out of perfect timing. They wore a mask to gain your trust. They mimic sincerity. They perform loyalty. But beneath their performance was a different assignment. And now, their mask is disintegrating under the weight of truth. The reversal will be public, not to embarrass but to enlighten, so that others may see what God shielded you from, so that the onlookers who once questioned your shift will now understand your silence. The very people who thought you were distant, aloof, or cold will now witness the why behind your wisdom. God is clearing your name in realms you've never stepped into. He's restoring your integrity in conversations you'll never hear. He's reversing the narrative without you lifting a single word. The reversal doesn't stop with exposure. It elevates you. It shifts opportunities in your favor. It brings recognition where you were once rejected. It returns favor that was denied. It replaces the betrayal with divine promotion. What was meant to break you is now the reason you rise. And they, the one who wore the mask, will be confronted, not by you but by the Spirit. Their access to your space will vanish. Their influence over your life will dissolve. Your voice will lose all power, because heaven has reversed the gate code. What once allowed them in now blocks them out. You won't need to explain a thing. You won't need to warn others. The reversal will be evidence. And your life, your peace, your glow, your elevation will become the clearest form of justice. You are not vengeful. You are vindicated. You are not bitter. You are blessed. You are not fighting back. You are ascending forward. Release the burden of needing closure. You don't need their apology. You've received heaven's approval. The chapter is closed. The door is locked. The blessing has begun. Let go now, not because you're weak, but because heaven already handled what you couldn't. Divine justice hath been rendered, and the reversal is fully in motion. Type "divine justice is mine" in the comments if you are ready for vindication. Blessing code 6565 is now unlocking public favor. And now, beloved, comes the final word, the divine sealing. You have heard the call. You have stood in silence. You have watched the signs. And now, the heavens mark you with completion and confirmation. You are sealed by time. You are covered by presence. You are led by truth. May 23rd at 11:11 p.m. was never just a timestamp. It was a threshold. A divine gate disguised in hours and minutes. A portal through which your spirit was summoned to rise, to remember, and to receive. A moment did not end something. It marked something. It imprinted you with new vision. It called forth the warrior, the seer, the anointed soul that has always lived inside of you. You didn't just survive the unveiling. You grew through it. You didn't just witness the truth. You were transformed by it. This vital message from the angels was not just for information, it was for activation. The mast fell. The path cleared. The spirit roared. And now you rise, not timidly but boldly. Archangel Michael leaves this decree etched into your being. You are not alone. You are not behind. You are not forsaken. Your silence was strength. Your stillness was surrender. Your pain was permission to ascend. Rise now with this affirmation. I am chosen. I am changing everything. I am charged with purpose. Let these words echo through your atmosphere. Let them command your decisions. Let them rewire your self-belief. You are remembered, not by man, but by heaven. The angels came. The veil lifted. The divine descent has marked you forever. This is your season of visibility. This is your time of heavenly release. You are the one they overlooked. You are the one now seen, my God. And so it is. Type I am marked in the comments to receive the final seal. Blessing code 1155 is now completing your covering.